Hello, good morning. Welcome. I'm Allie. Welcome to my morning yoga flow. I usually do this class at noon, and I've added on a Friday morning class for all of you guys who would prefer to get your practice in a few hours earlier, or if you're on the East Coast and 3 p.m. is a little late in the day for you. So I'm happy you're with me. We're going to get started seated. Take a comfortable seat. It could be your legs crossed, or you could sit on your heels if that's. If you lift your seat up a little bit with a pillow or something, feel free to add that. Sometimes it's just enough to let your thigh bones release out and down out of your hips. So letting yourself get comfortable here, and then eventually closing the eyes. As soon as you close, notice how the attention can land a bit more fully on the breath. And see if you could begin to create a 6-count inhale and 6-count exhale. You might start by emptying the lungs completely. Breathe out. And as you inhale, slowly fill the lungs up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it for a moment at the top before exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on empty. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Keep the shoulders relaxed. 4, 5, 6. Hold it at the top. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on empty. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the shoulders and the jaw relaxed. Hold it at the top. Just feel how your lungs are full. And release the breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay empty. Inhale. Count to 6. Taking 3 more rounds on your own. When you get to that full moment at the top, see if you could retain the breath in the lungs without feeling any sense of pressure. So no pressure in the head. And when you find yourself empty in the lungs, at the bottom of your exhale, just notice what it's like to stay open to new breath for a moment, and then let the breath come in. 2 more rounds. Last one. And once you're empty here, just sit still for a moment. Notice how lengthening the breath might have centered the mind a bit. Might have quieted some of the noise. And then when you're ready, float the arms out and up above you and press the palms together. And then interlace the fingers and give your fingers like a steeple point so you can point the pointer finger up. And press your palms together tightly. Just notice how this grip of the hands interlaced allows you to maybe sharpen through the elbows a little bit more. Lift the chin away from the chest. And take a deep breath in to lift the wrist bones up and away from the waist. And then very subtly, we're just going to twist right and left. You'll inhale left and exhale right, and inhale left and exhale right. And starting to maybe shake off a little bit of dust around the spine. You can actually kind of speed this up. So it's a form of Kapalabhati breathing. Try to keep the arms really long and straight. Just go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause in the middle. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides and keep the fingers tented. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, start to bring the chin forward and down. Inhaling, gently start to pull the left ear towards the left shoulder. So you've made now a semicircle. Exhale, bring it back forward and down. You'll inhale the right ear to the right shoulder, and just do this a couple more times with your own breath, exhaling to let the chin fall forward. Inhaling to take that side stretch. Do 2 more times. Notice if as you keep the spine really supported and tall, if you get a little stretch down the thoracic spine, when the head falls to the center, you can really let the head give over to gravity. And then stack your head back on top. Take the right arm out to the side and then up and drop the hand behind you. So you're just kind of taking the palm right to the space between the shoulder blades, and then knit your navel up and in. So instead of fanning the rib cage out, you're going to start to pull it in like you're corseting the ribs in. Take your left hand out, turn the thumb down, and then take the left hand behind the back. Just take 2 breaths here. The chin gently lifts and the head pushes into the right forearm. And all the while, keep encouraging the navel to stay drawn into the lower back. Maybe the fingers touch, maybe not. On your next inhale, just fan the 2 arms out. Turn the left palm up, reach that one up. Right thumb comes down, and we'll take the other side. And as you kind of snuggle the right hand up in between the 2 shoulder blades, see if you could relax the right shoulder down. Lift the chin up, take 3 breaths. And keep knitting the front ribs into the back. You can kind of feel with the right hand on your back if your back is arched or if it's long. Do what you can to lengthen the low spine. Take the arms back out, inhale. 2 hands come up, 1 breath. Exhale the hands to heart center. We'll start the practice now moving into a little bit more lower body movement. So come onto your hands and knees. And once you're here on your hands and knees, just take the left leg out to the left. Okay, and then the toes, the left toes, I'll turn to face you guys laterally. Left toes face forward. And you're just gonna, let's say, come up to finger tops if that makes it feel more spacious in the side body and armpits. You can always stay on the floor if you want. We're gonna float the left toes up and then start to paint a big rainbow shape, so another half circle behind you all the way until your left toes come and tap the floor behind you. And then do that again. So you'll go up and over and up and over. And go with the breath. You can inhale to lift, exhale to tap. And just do 3 more. Warming up the hip joint and waking up the glutes. And keep the breath moving through this. Last one. And then this time, go ahead and thread your left knee all the way behind the right. So it's almost like you're sitting cross-legged. 2 knees are on the floor. And you'll widen your feet out to opposite sides of the room. I'll just turn so you can see. My left knee is all the way on the floor. It's not like the shin on the knee. It's all the way behind. And then from here, tent your, can't get the right angle. Okay, tent your fingertips up. And then with the feet widened off to their own side, start to take some circles of the tailbone. So pelvic circles here with the legs crossed. You can let your head respond into their own circles. Start to notice this connection of tailbone to crown of the head. The southernmost part of your spine, the tail all the way to the very top, the north. Crown of the head, and then change directions. And notice with this limitation of your legs crossed, it's a little different taking these pelvic circles, right? You might get an IT band stretch built in. Go slowly enough to feel the detail. And then plant your hands and tuck your toes under. We're actually going to come up to a cross-legged downward facing dog. So the legs come up, the hips come up rather, and the 2 feet are still crossed. You can look at your toes and make sure that the feet are basically on the same plane. So all 10 toes pretty much on the same line. Bending your knees a little here, you can kind of shove the left knee into the back of the right. And then lift your hips up and squeeze your inner thighs together. From here, safely, slowly, shift forward to a plank. You're still cross-legged. And then bend the knees and come back downward facing dog. And once again, come forward to plank. And then pause in plank this time. Squeeze your thighs together. So you kind of have that advantage already with the legs crossed. Broaden the upper body. And think of your upper arm bones externally rotating. And then bend the knees, come up and back, down dog. From here, lift the left leg up, breathe in. And then step your left foot all the way in front of the right. And do that a couple more times. So it's like an exaggerated yoga catwalk. You're crossing in front of each foot, just lifting the leg up and setting it back down. And just go another 2 times. And then once you finish that second one, just take the 2 feet next to one another and give yourself a little walk in down dog and then lower your knees back onto the mat. We'll take the whole thing on the right. So now the right leg comes out to the right. And from here, lift the right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, you'll tap it all the way to the left. And see if you can keep the fingertips tented so that the armpits stay nice and airy. And if that ever gets tiring for your fingers, you can plant your 2 hands on the mat. And let's just do 2 more here. Notice if the breath gets held or choppy, and just encourage it to flow again fully. And then this time, lift the right knee up and thread it behind your left. Widen your feet out to either sides of the mat. And then we'll take those pelvic circles here with the left leg in front. And there are sort of 2 ways to do this. One is just circling the tail, keeping your knees planted. And another is to kind of circle around the knees as well, which massages the meniscus. So if you want to try both, you can. And then eventually let your head get involved so that the whole spine is stirring now. To me, when I wake up, one of the first things I want to do is kind of roll my neck and head around. So hopefully this feels like a gentle wake up for your upper body. And then you'll tuck the toes down under and lift your hips up and back. Take a second in this down dog to bend the knees. Really push the right knee into the back of the left. And then from here, shift forward to plank. Draw the belly up and in and look out. So experiment with bringing the gaze out as you come to plank. And as you come to down dog, you can bring the gaze in. Kind of reference where you're coming from. As you breathe out, push to plank and see where you're going. Do that again. Inhale, dog. Exhale, plank. This time, pause and plank. Hold it. Squeeze your lower body. Draw your hip bones towards one another medially. Same with the thighs. And then broaden the heart, or I guess the collarbones, wide to let the heart come through. Come back to down dog. Let's do one more set of that kind of catwalk leg lift. So you'll lift the right leg up, step it in front of the left. Inhale. Exhale, left. 2 more. Exhale, right. In. Exhale, left. And then just stand your 2 feet next to one another in a regular down dog and walk your hands all the way to the back of the mat to come to a forward fold. Let's take a bent knee forward fold for this first one. You can separate your feet so that the feet are hips width distance. And then measure the distance of your feet with 2 fists if you really want to get accurate about that, which is a nice thing to do. So you'll take 2 fists right between the inner arches. And then release the upper body entirely, release the head. Take your hands and interlace them right at the base of the occipital ridge of your skull. So kind of the top of the neck. And then just let the hands naturally cup the skull there and the elbows fall down. And you don't need a tug or pull. You're just letting the weight of the arms and hands gently tug the head down towards the ground. Take 2 more breaths here. The bend in the knees releases the sacral plate at your lower back. And then let the hands release to the floor and slowly roll up to stand. Once you come up to stand, give your shoulders a roll. And then roll them the other way. And then take 1 big inhale as you snuggle the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, let them go. Just do that again. Inhale, deep breath in. Squeeze the elbows up, the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Take your arms out and up. Take opposite elbow. And so for this opposite elbow grip, you're really getting the pointy elbow tip into the opposite palm. And then you'll lift the ribs up by kind of pulling the elbow tips up. Give your knees a little bend and side bend to your left as you glance under the right arm. Stay here for 3 deep breaths. And the more you side bend left, just keep thinking about the right heel grounding. Notice the left side body contracts to let the right side body breathe itself open. Come back to center. And just take the other side up and over to the right. Look under the left arm. You can always close the eyes as you find 3 deep breaths here, opening the left side. Breathing into the left lung. And come back up to center. And lift the arms up. You can glance up, pulling the chin up away from the throat. Exhale, fold over your legs. Slow-mo swan dive all the way down. Drop the head at the bottom. And then look forward. Come into a flat back. And take your fingers to your shins today. And then let the skin of your shins, so pull your hands on the skin of the shins upwards. And see how that spreads your collarbones. Just stay there for a second. So the hands are gently sliding the skin of the shins up to open the chest. And then as you exhale, fold back down and in. Do that once more as you inhale, half lift, lengthen. Look forward. Exhale, fold. And this time bend your knees enough to kind of walk it out 1 hand at a time slowly to plank. Pausing in your plank pose, knit the belly up and in again. So you'll kind of tuck the tail a little bit to lengthen the low back, and then the chest stays open. Inhale here. Exhaling, lower your knees to the mat. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lower your chest and chin at the same time. So like an inchworm, the butt stays lifted. Inhale, scrub the heart forward and through. Tops of the feet come to the floor, and you squeeze the elbows in and back to lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. 2 more with your breath. This is Cobra Bhujangasana. Inhale, lengthen to lift. Exhale, lengthen to lower. 1 more time. Really press your toes into the mat, even the pinky toe. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes under, and then come back for a 2-breath child's pose, just to let the lower back move into this forward fold shape. 2 breaths. Look forward, inhale, tuck the toes under. We're doing a slow warm up, but don't worry, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get heated up and move into some strengthening. So glide the right leg up. Still, take your time. Bend the right knee and open your right hip. However, notice if your left hip lost all of its space, and give your left knee a bend to lengthen the left hip crease up and back. So the left armpit stays just as airy as the right. And then move the right thigh around in some circles. Go both ways. And on your next inhale, lengthen the leg back. As you exhale, right knee to upper right arm. Inhale, drag it up and back, down dog split. Same thing, exhale, knee to upper right arm. Inhale, up and back, we'll do it one more time. Exhale, the knee comes to the upper right arm. And then stay here, just pull your knee in towards your chest, lift it a little higher, and then plant the foot down between your hands. Lower the left knee. And then start to walk your hands back. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, pause here, just squeeze the right heel in towards your glute. And notice how that lets you pull up and out of the waist. So you're kind of sinking less into the hips with that. And from here, we're going to take the arms open. Pause with your arms wide open, like a big capital T. And just start to twist to the right. And then take an inhale to lengthen the spine again. As you exhale, you might twist a little deeper. From here, take your right hand to your left thigh. The left arm is going to come up, and you'll move into this modified exalted warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Look forward, inhale. And as you exhale, lengthen the right leg and hand up. We'll do that 3 more times for the breath. Inhale to bend. Exhale, lengthen and fold. 2 more. In. And X. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend, plant your hands. Step the right foot back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, scooch through, come to an upward facing dog if your spine's ready, or just low cobra again. Up dog, your thighs float because the feet push down so much. And then come back, downward facing dog, breathe out. Inhale, your left leg glides up. Exhale, open up your hip, and then same thing, bend the right knee a little bit just to keep lengthening the right hip up and back as well. So you're not losing any space there as you take big circles of the left thigh. Think about your thigh bone working like a spoon in a jar of almond butter or peanut butter, and you're using the thigh bone spherically to kind of clean out the joint, the left hip joint. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee to upper left arm, breathe out. Inhale up. Exhale, left knee to upper left arm. Inhale up. Last time, knee to upper left arm. And then pull it to the center of your chest. Inhale to lift it higher. Exhale, set it down between your hands. Lower your right knee down. Untuck the toes. And then start to walk your hands back. Lift the chest up. Pull the navel in. Squeeze your left heel in. Reach your arms up. And stay here for about 2 breaths. Widen the arms. I didn't say this on the other side, but think of scissoring your thigh bones together. So anytime you draw 2 bones immediately towards one another, you're giving yourself a little bit of support there, helping resist gravity with that squeeze. And start to find your twist. Draw the belly in. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And then come up and back to your exalted warrior with the knee on the floor. So left hand comes to right thigh. Right arm comes up. Look at the right palm if you can. Take 2 breaths. Cartwheel your hands down. Tuck the back toes under, and here's our big hamstring moment. You'll look forward as you inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen the 2 hips up and back, drop your head. Inhale, bend, look forward. Exhale, fold. 2 more with your own breath. Inhale, bend the left knee, plant your hands, step to plank. And then this time I'll offer chaturanga as a way of lowering down. So you'll breathe in. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, you come to the tops of the toes, thighs float, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog, breathe out. We're gonna move through the right and left side, this time a little more briskly. Same poses. Less time in each one. So inhale, glide the right leg up. Exhale, this time right knee to upward, left arm twist. Inhale, up and back. Same thing, upper left arm. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, upper left arm, pause. Bring the knee to the center of the chest. Lower the foot. Land the left knee, walk your hands in, sweep it up. Twist to the right. Right hand to left thigh, inhale, look up. 2 breaths. Cartwheel the hands down, frame the right foot, tuck the toes under, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull back. Twice more with your own breath, in and X. In and X. Inhale, bend. Step the foot to plank. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, open across the chest. Exhale, come back, down dog. Inhale, left leg glides up. Cross it to the right, use your exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale again to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, high on the upper right arm. And then swing it to the center of your chest. Lower the foot. Lower the right knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist. Left hand to right thigh. Inhale, reach up. 2 breaths. Relax the eyes. Relax the jaw. Cartwheel your hands down. And then lengthen through the 2 legs as you exhale. Inhale, bend, 2 more. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rebend. Step to plank. Pause, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest, upward facing. Exhale, back, downward facing. Breathe out, take 3 full breaths. Notice the body heating up a little bit. And then bend the knees, look at the hands, exhale. And at the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold. And this time stand all the way up, reach up, inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. We're going to do Surya Namaskar A, that's a sun salute. So take the feet together, draw the navel up and in, relax the shoulders, and relax your hands. And then on the following inhale, breathe the arms out and up, look up. Fold at the waist, keep the navel drawn up and in as you go down, dropping the head at the bottom. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or hop it back, and lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Coming back to down dog. Breathe out for 1. We'll take 3 breaths. You can always find a nice little bend in the knees to lengthen the spine. 2. 3, bend the knees, look at the hands, hop or walk on empty. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Press your feet down, stand all the way up. Inhale, look up. Exhale the hands together and by your sides. Let's do 2 more rounds on your own breath. You'll inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold, keep the belly lifted. Release the head at the bottom of the fold. Inhale, prepare, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back. Inhale, you'll open. Exhale, you'll come back to down dog, breathing out. Breathe in. Exhale, 1. 2 more breaths. 2, notice where the mind goes. Bring it back to the breath and to whatever you're looking at. 3, bend the knees, look at the hands. Lift the belly to hop or walk lightly. Half lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Roll up the spine, inhale, reach up. We'll do 1 more set. Follow the rhythm of your own breath. You'll inhale to begin reaching the arms up. Ride your breath out to fold. Lengthen the spine, see what's in front of you. Hop or step it back. Open the heart in up dog. Steady your gaze in down dog. Kneecaps or navel or something behind you. Breathe out. 1. 2. 3. 2 more breaths this time. 4. Go ahead, bend the knees. Exhale, 5. Look at your hands. Hop or step to the front, flat back. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up, stand up, reach up, inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. We're going to do kind of a standing version now of what we did with the knee on the floor. One of my favorite teachers and friends, Bree, made this sequence and I think it feels so good. So you're going to come over to the left foot. You'll float your right knee up. First, just take a second to get steady here. I'm going to angle a little bit to face you guys. So the right arm, or the 2 arms come up, as the right leg stays lifted. And see if you could relax your shoulders, but kind of pull the rib cage up and away from the waist. And then simply twist to the right, but keep your knee facing forward and keep your 2 hips square. So the shoulders are opening to the right. Maybe even the gaze can come over the right thumb. And then you'll slowly begin to windmill the arms forward. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. You'll bend the left knee and step way back into a high lunge. And so here we are in a twisted high lunge. Your left knee is right over the left ankle. The right heel is right over the ball of the back foot. So for some of us, we kind of have to move it forward. Look over your left thumb if that's available to you. And then bring your left hand to the right thigh. Feel its firmness and its activity. Flip the right arm, right palm up, and begin to explore this exalted warrior. Squeeze your inner thighs together for balance. And from here, cartwheel your hands to the floor, exhale. Step back to down dog, just right away to down dog, breathe out. We're going to try something called a modified up dog, which means you'll push forward to plank. And once you're here in plank, simply rock your pubis, navel, and sternum forward, but your toes stay tucked. Your legs are very active and the navel's pulled in. And then come back downward facing dog, breathe out. Take another inhale. Exhale, open the mouth. Bend your knees, look at the hand. Walk your feet back to the front of the mat. And then hips width distance this time, flat back inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, first one, bend the knees. Reach your arms by your ears, sit the hips down and back. Start to feel the legs waking up, supporting you. Shift the knees over the ankles. 2 more breaths. You could close the eyes. Find the pleasure in waking the body up, even if it feels intense. There's a little bit of discomfort somewhere. See if you could take a deep breath in and breathe into it. Stand all the way up. Hands to heart center. Weight comes to the right foot this time. You'll lift the left leg. Flex the toes. Take your arms up. Inhale. And then slowly we're going to start to twist. Right arm comes forward. Left arm goes back. Be careful that your left hip isn't twisting open so the hip stays square. Navel pulls in to allow the twist of the spine. One more inhale. And then whoop, you'll start to windmill the arms as you step the left leg way back, landed. You're now in your twisted crescent. And then keep the left heel again over the ball of the left foot. Look over the right arm if you can. Right hand's going to come to the left thigh. And then we'll move into this exalted warrior. Gaze may be able to rest on the left palm. And slowly cartwheel the hands down. Right leg's going to go all the way just to down dog. Inhale, come to plank and ripple through your plank all the way to that modified up dog. You'll breathe in. We'll do that again. So you'll come back to down dog using bent knees. Undulate through the spine, doming the upper back. Pubis, navel, sternum, forward inhale. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Breathe out. All right, you guys, glide the right leg up. Step the right foot through between your hands. Take a second, look forward, and then we're going to actually step the back foot in, enough so that you can ground the whole back foot. So this is called pyramid pose. Your 2 hips are square. The right hip, actively try to pull it up and back. So right hip crease pulls back behind you. You'll inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale here, 2 straight legs, 5 breaths. 2. Rest your gaze on one thing. Maybe it's your kneecap again. 3. Scissor your thigh bones towards one another. 4. 5. Inhale, look forward. And then step your left foot right next to the right. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Roll up to stand. Breathe the arms up. Inhale. Exhale your hands to heart center. How are you doing on time? Okay, great. We're going to add on one little piece here. So we'll start by floating the right leg up, just like we did before. Arms come up. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Option to either stay here. You can take your left hand to your right knee and kind of use the 2 to push together, or maybe you grab the outer edge of the right foot and kick forward. Wow. And keep drawing the belly in to help you balance and lengthen the spine. And then slowly we're going to windmill the arms, step the right foot way back, just like we did before. This time right away, take your hand to the left thigh, reach the arm up. Exalted warrior. And then open up warrior 2. Right heel grounds, 2 arms open wide. Settle down into the left leg, so left knee's right over the left ankle. 5 breaths. Feel free to close your eyes or rest the gaze over your left middle finger. Using the steadiness here, the holding of the posture to steady the mind. Squeezing the inner thighs. And then reach it up and back into reverse warrior. Look up to your left palm. Reach your left knee forward. Big side bend. Take 2 more breaths. You can keep looking at the left palm. And cartwheel the hands down. Step the left leg back to downward facing dog. Come forward, inhale. Take a vinyasa, lower halfway. Inhale, open. Exhale back, downward facing. And then come high on the toes, look at your hands. Hop or walk to the front. Flat back, breathe in. Exhale, fold. From here, just step the right foot back. Okay, and then make sure that the whole sole of the foot can land. So we're just taking the other side of our pyramid pose. Left hip crease pulls up and back. Lengthen as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold in 5 breaths here, 2 straight legs. Keep the navel drawn up and in. Drishti with the eyes, singular point of focus. Heavy head. Look forward, breathe in. And then step to the front of the mat and fold, breathe out. Chair pose one more time. Sit the hips down, take the arms by the ears. Send your weight back into the heels and then reach the arms forward, to balance. So it is kind of this test of how far back can you sit without falling back. You reach forward to even that out, the backwards hips and the forward with the arms. Exhale, stand up. This time lift the left leg. Twist to the left. Keep knitting the belly in to help support the spine, but also to twist a little deeper. And either stay here, take your right hand to your left thigh, or if you want to try grabbing the outer edge of the foot, and kicking forward, you could try that. And then slowly, we'll come back to a bent knee. Windmill the arms, step back. Right away, right hand comes to the left thigh, the left arm lifts up. Look up. Warrior 2. Sit down deep. Five breaths, the eyes close or they rest over your right middle finger. Squeeze your sit bones together. Let's sit down into the bend of the knee, and if you have a 90-degree angle there in the right knee. And then flipping the palms up, reach up and back and look up to your right hand if you can. 5 breaths here. Cartwheel the hands down. Take a vinyasa of your choice. You can always lower to your knees. Coming back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet to halfway up the mat. And then walk your hands to your feet. And from here, we're going to bend the knees and take the hands right behind the Achilles so that the forearms come to the calves, and you'll rock the way to the balls of the feet, heavy your head. You really think of pancaking the belly to the thighs. Even if the knees are very deeply bent, that's better so that you can release the lower back. And then release the hands. Slowly roll up to stand. Give your shoulders one more roll. Before we come down to sit, we'll do just a little bit of bouncing, tree pose. So for tree pose, I just want you to know that if it's ever difficult for you to take the foot above the knee like this, resting it on the ankle or shin is just as good. Okay, so find what works for you. If you do want to take the foot higher than the knee, great. Just don't put the foot right on the knee joint. And then wherever you have the foot and leg joining, let the two forces kind of push into one another. So the right foot pushes into the left thigh, and then the left thigh reciprocates with that same energy. Draw the belly in, take your hands to heart center. And start to lift your gaze up just a little bit above your eye line so that there's a sense of openness, chin up. And something so simple as just lifting the chin a little bit and lifting the gaze can really bring a sense of positivity and uplift, at least to me. So maybe you practice that throughout the day, just kind of lifting the head up, looking up. Experiment with floating the arms up. You can open the arms. You can let the limbs of the tree be moved by the wind. Keep squeezing the right foot and left thigh together. And take your right hand or forearm to the right thigh and take a side bend. Come back to center, lift the knee up, and then land the right foot down. Release your hands, kind of give your whole body a little shake. In fact, if you want to, you can give it a little jump. Okay, and we'll take the weight into the right foot. Left foot comes either to the inner thigh, inner calf, or ankle. And let the two forces again squeeze towards one another. Draw the navel in. This is a funny instruction, but think about lifting the back molars in your teeth up, or the roof of your mouth up. And start to lift your gaze. Maybe the arms float up. If you're hopping all around the room or falling out a gazillion times, that is so part of it. It's just part of the play of finding balance. So if you fall out, just come back in. And keep lifting the chin and the chest. Keeping this really lighthearted and playful. You can find your side bend, or first if you want to do the little moving with the wind, you can. And just notice the quality of your breath. And come back to center. Lift the left arm up, pull your left knee in, lower your left foot down, and then release the hands down. And give the whole thing another little shake. All right, we're gonna come to sit down. So come to sit on your butt, and then scoot yourself forward to about halfway up the mat. And take your hands underneath your thighs, or underneath the knee pits. From here, start to scoop the belly in. Okay, so it's like you're hollowing out the front of your stomach, and we're gonna just float the knees up for Navasana boat pose. Even though your belly is scooped, can the chest still be open? And then squeeze the legs together and just take 5 breaths here. You can totally hold the legs if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay here, take your hands together, and let's just go 10 times. We'll go 1, crossing side to side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come to the center, open up, lay down. And just take a second to really lay down. Let the spine absorb the support of the floor beneath you. You can close your eyes. From here, take the soles of the feet to the floor, but there's no rush. And keep enjoying the spine being supported by the ground, feeling that feedback of the hard floor beneath you. And then we will do a couple bridge poses before finishing. So the heels, make sure that they're grazable by your fingers. That just means that you can barely touch the backs of the heels. It's a way of measuring the distance of feet to butt. Hands come by your sides. Tuck your shoulders under. And that might just feel like you're sort of tucking your shoulder blades underneath the body, boosting the heart open. And then you'll float the hips up. And as you come up, see if you could actively begin, the heels will stay where they are, but energetically squeeze them towards your buttocks. See if that activates the hamstrings a little more, making this maybe a bit supported more by your lower body. Lower down, keep everything where it is. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, come back up. And just take 5 breaths here. Your hands can stay pressing into the mat, or if you want to interlace your fingers, wrap the upper arms even more under you, you could do that. Lower down. Okay, cool. I'm checking the time. And then from here, let's just take a figure 4. So the right ankle crosses over your left knee. And you can pull the 2 legs in towards you, flex through both feet. Either thread the right hand through, like you're threading a needle, through that open space in your legs. Interlace your hands at the back of the left thigh. Or press your right knee open with your right hand. Take 5 breaths. And then set the left leg down when you're ready. Extend through the right leg. You can bend the knee, but give your right leg a little pull in towards you, and maybe even extend the left leg out entirely. Okay, and then set the right foot down, cross your left knee over the right, and flex through both feet. Either thread the needle, or take your left hand to the left knee. For some reason, I like to do this more. It feels like I can kind of push back with my legs more actively, and then push the left knee open to open the left glute. And then set the right foot down, extend the left leg up. Lengthen the right leg in front of you. Pull the left thigh in. And then bend the left knee, pull your right knee back in, and give your thighs a little circle in the hips. So we're now kind of cooling the body down. Again, flushing out through the joints. One last time before finding Shavasana. Your legs for Shavasana will reach forward, and the feet can flop open. And if there's anything I skipped that you want to add into your practice, feel free to do that. If you're ready for a resting pose, you can join me here on your back, palms face up. I like to press my head down to kind of tuck my shoulder blades under, and then I release that. Tuck your chin into your throat a little bit. And start to slow the breath down. As you slow the breath down, you start to feel the belly rising and falling. More obvious ebb and flow. Releasing the weight of your shoulders into the mat. Letting the face release any tension in the mouth, in your cheeks, corners of your eyes, the corners of your mouth. Opening the aperture of your throat. Feeling all the way from your toes to your hips. The entirety of your legs, releasing, giving up, and over into gravity. Letting all of your spine release its weight into the floor. And letting the front of your body open with the breath. And soften with the exhale. Your mind jumps around to various things, just notice it. Watching the gymnastics of the mind. Keep returning to the stillness of the body. And they're staying here. Or starting to wake yourself back up by just breathing a little more deeply and moving your fingers and toes. And as the breath deepens, you might just start to feel the torso again expanding with the inhale. Maybe the arms stretch way up overhead, taking a big breath in like a morning stretch. Gently roll to one side when you're ready. You can use one of your arms like a pillow. And eventually you'll press yourself up to a seated position. And keeping the eyes closed for this final moment of your practice to watch yourself simply existing. There's nothing you need to add on or fix. Just notice the essence of you sitting here breathing. Taking your hands together to seal the practice. Gently bow your chin down. Allowing the space you've created, the mindfulness, the awakening, the lively feelings in the body, letting that trickle into the rest of your day and hopefully trickle out into the world around you, sharing the good feelings with those who are close to you. Exhale, release the breath out. Take a deep inhale. And let it go. Have a great day, you guys. I'm glad you got to be with me here for this 9 a.m. LA time, noon East Coast, or somewhere in between. I might have some Central time just joining. Thank you. You guys have been really generous with donations, and if you feel inspired to do that, there is a link that I made on the YouTube channel, and there's also a Venmo handle that I put in my Instagram account. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. We'll be back at noon if you want to double up. That one has live music. Bye-bye.